Needle and thread is usually about $2. The braiding hair is about $1 if you get synthetic, which is what you will need because you're only going to be using a little bit and it's not going to be showing. And you get 100% human hair tracks. And I use Milky Way. I usually use Indie Remy, but this is what I had. So I began braiding, and so far I just have one braid because I took the first one out because I like the front to be the tightest. And this is the hair that I'm going to be using to cover my track, so I just braided it to the front while I braid the rest of my hair. And you just use a very little bit of the braiding hair and then just begin parting and braiding. To cornrow your hair, you just want to take 3 pieces of hair, 2 in one hand, 1 in the other, and make sure you just grab the top, bring it down, grab the next piece, take the top again, and do it all over again. And you want to make sure you pull with the same amount of tension each time and grab the same amount of hair so that your braid will be even and tight. After you're done, you want to take out the hair to about where the braid leaves the scalp, and you undo that and take a little bit of the braiding hair and begin cornrowing. And I do about 2 braids. I split it down the middle and make each braid go towards the middle of my head. And then after you do that, you just sew that to the scalp so that it's nice and flat. And you want to make sure that some of the braiding hair is at the end so that after you sew it, if there's any sticking out at the top, you can just cut it without cutting your own hair. I'm the rookie, but my features and my shows 10 times your pay. 50K for a verse, no album out. Yeah, my money's so tall that my Barbies gotta climb it. Hotter than the Middle East and climb it. Find it, 20 my Tyron, dirty wine it. To tie the knot, you just take the thread, wrap it around your index finger, and roll your index finger back and pull, and you have a knot. Quick and simple. Take your hair out the pack and just unravel it, and you're going to measure how much hair you will need for your scalp. You just place it to your head and see how wide you need to cut it, and then cut. Simple. Okay, so you take the track and take the needle and you push the needle through the track, not over, not under, but through. And you do that because you want it to be sturdy in your head, you know. And the first time you put the track to your head, you want to separate the thread so that way it'll be more secure in your hair and you won't have to worry about it slipping out. And make sure that the knot is always at the end or it will get stuck just like that. And if it does, just pull and continue on sewing. And when you begin to sew the track in, what you want to do is you put the needle through the track yet again, can't express that enough, and then take the thread and loop it around the needle like that and pull it through. And that way it's going to be tight. You know the saying, thou shalt not fight if your weave ain't tight? It's not about fighting, it's about being tight. How I get the track to my head, I go underneath the braid and then I basically work backwards. And that means that I take the needle through the track and then go through the middle of the braid and go back towards the way I came. And then I take the needle again, go through the track, go through the middle of the braid and go towards the front. and on to the next braid. And I'm a little tender-headed, so it took me a minute to get that through there, but it gets through. And the reason that I do it like that is because for me, since I do my own hair and I'm the one taking out my hair, it's easier for me to cut thread. And since this is the front of the hair, I take the needle through the ending of the track and go underneath the braid back towards the way I came. And I do that so that the track curls underneath the braid instead of just having, you know, the end of the track just sitting at the edge of your head. And loop and pull through. And to end it all off, I go underneath a braid, and instead of looping it once, I loop it twice, like so. Pull down tight, then cut with a little space so that you could grab it, and then you basically tie it like it's a shoe, but twice, and cut. And it is done! Finally! Jeez.
Hug your body, girl, say ooh, 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 ooh. I like, ooh, 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 I like. So I'm gonna take the time to love your body, rub your body, kiss and hug your body, girl, say ooh, 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 I like.
Alright, it's all done. And as you can tell, I'm feeling myself a little bit. No. It took about 3 days because, you know, I was taking some well-needed breaks. And handling some very important business. So
2 days you've been gone, but those few moments feel so long. Now sitting at the edge of the bed with my hands on my head, and the only thing I've been thinking while I've been alone is that I can't let you go, I won't let you leave. One thing that I know is, baby, you were made for me, for sure. My life is in your hands.
People should be on the left side. And Squidward, you should. And Squidward, and Squidward, and Squidward, and Squidward.
hey, can you do me like a huge, just like a really big favor? Like, you have to say yes. Please say yes. Please. Okay. Are you sure you're ready? I really, really need a bag of Skittles. Oh. Hey, when a break's needed, a break's needed. You can't do anything about it, right? So, yeah, I hope you guys liked it. And it was my first time ever doing a video. So, I really didn't know how to, like, tutor people, telling them how to, you know, do their hair. And so, like, I just kind of gave basics, I guess, that would help you along the way. And yeah, I hope you guys liked it. If you did, you can subscribe. You know, if not, then oh well. You know, you could write me and tell me, you know, what I should work on, and basically what I should work on, and, you know, give me, I don't really want advice really, but opinions are really good, you know. you can tell me some little suggestions, you know, write your little letter in your suggestion box, put it in the black box, and mail it in, you know. I'm very happy how it turned out. It's like, the reason that I braid vertically is so that it looks flat, kind of, because I get really paranoid, like, you know, I hope can't nobody, you know, tell this weave, you know. I mean, of course they could tell because it's long. Well, no. I got pretty hair, shit. No. And yeah, it's done, dude. Like, I'm happy. I feel so pretty now. If you guys have any suggestions of what I should do next, like a video that I should do, because like I said, I was trained by a professional, and I just learned how to do weave like within the last year. So, you know, I just tried some new things out, I guess. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Oh yeah, and this isn't really on a good camera, so you know, you might not be able to see detail too much. It's really on my webcam because my camera broke and I can't afford one right now. So that's that.